Hi guys, it's Jazz and Jamie and this is Brand Creations, the pod. So today we're talking about being scared of what other people think, holding you back on your dreams and your goals. What do you have to say about that?
A lot.
Go ahead.
Thank you for throwing it over to me, Jazz.
You're welcome.
I think obviously with the way the social media platforms are now sort of about, and it's so accessible to see whatever content you want, plus obviously you've got the fact that you can say whatever you want on them without any sort of repercussions. I think it is getting a bit crazy at the minute. I mean, it's crazy in the range. It's getting stupid, you know, because there's so many people that is what they do in their like spare time, is just go through the internet to find people that are actually trying or doing funny videos or whatever, and they just sit there and write negative shit because they're unhappy with their life. So they want to make everyone else unhappy with theirs.
As I said in the other one, people always like to see... People don't like to see people succeed, so they try and drag people down. But it's also the fact that I have been scared to do things because of what I think people around me would think. Like your friends and family, people that you just know of, like people you went to school with and stuff like that. Like even this, like we're now putting ourselves on social media and we're doing this. I would have been scared to do this like a year ago because it is scary. You're opening yourself up to negative comments, like hate, anything, because social media, you don't have a face, you all do it behind the screen, so people say nasty things.
Yeah, they do.
They do
indeed. And they can do it without being punched in the face. I think that's the problem, you know. I mean, like, you couldn't walk down the street and say the same things that a lot of these people say in person, so that's why it gives everyone that false sense of security that they can just be however they want to be, which is fine, but, you know, I just don't see why they need to do it, you know. There's no it's because they're really unhappy and they don't want to see others win, as you say, so they want to bring everyone down. You know, and that's it, and that's all it is, and that's the downside to the social media and how accessible everything is now, is the fact that it works for such good ways. Like when you do stuff like this, we get very good feedback, and that's very nice. But you also do get the negative creeps as well. And there is a few, and that's fine, but at the end of the day their opinion means nothing anyway, because if they had anything useful to say, they wouldn't be sat there doing that, you know what I mean? Like, and they wouldn't be that unhappy with their life if they had any sort of drive or motivation, you know.
If I don't like someone, or if I don't like what they stand for, I don't watch their content. I don't watch anything they do, because it doesn't fulfill me with anything. It would just make me feel worse, because I'm like, oh, like, whatever. So, but these people go out of their way to watch things that they don't enjoy watching, just to then find bits that they can write hate comments on, or write things that, yes, it's your own opinion, but you're also damaging people in your own opinion. There's a difference between having your own opinion and being nasty about it, because we have opposing opinions sometimes, but we're not nasty with it. It's just a conversation. We're having our own opinions. It's like a debate. Whereas a lot of people do it out of hate and to upset the other people. To then try and make them stop doing what they're doing.
Yeah. Probably because deep down they really wanted to. They would like to do that thing that person is doing, but they can't because they're insecure and not confident. So then they drag everyone else down, and that's the thing. And I think, like, kids nowadays as well, it's so easy, you know. Like, if you had a problem with someone, you would speak about it. You'd have to do it face to face, and that would sort of. Whereas now you don't have to. You know, you can, and like people create fake accounts. Like, it's so accessible to do whatever you want now, and be like whoever you want to be. You know, like some people don't even use their actual account to give people hate. They do it on a fake account because they know it's wrong, so they hide themselves and then do it, which is just madness. You know, that is even worse. But yeah, I think there's always, the problem is with whatever you do, there's always going to be hate that comes through. But like for me, it actually makes me want to do it more. Because I'm like, do you know what I mean? Like, your opinion means absolutely fucking nothing to me. And like, if you're going to take time out of your day when you could be just doing something valuable to put negative comments about me, crack on.
Yeah.
You know, I have
you
no
waste
issue.
your time.
Yeah, exactly. You know, because I'm not wasting my time on you.
No.
You know, that's sort of how I feel. But then obviously people get it a lot worse. I mean, people get like death threats and all of that sort of stuff, which is just insane. But again, all the people that do that, chances are, will never actually do anything about it.
No.
Because if you remove the computer screen, they're scared.
That's why they're doing it behind a computer screen.
Yeah.
They don't have the guts to do it face to face.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's the problem. They're normally quite weak, and you know, and that's the problem. And they just reflect that on everyone else.
It's like when people make second Instagrams and stuff, like they make new Instagram accounts to show off like their passion and stuff. Say like photographers and like videographers and stuff, because they're trying to hide it from those closest to them. Because obviously the people they would follow on your personal account, like your friends and family, whereas when you start to put stuff online, I think there's like a stigma that like everyone wants to get famous and everyone wants to get the most likes, and if you don't get that many likes and followers, then what you have done is kind of failed. But that's not also the case, because it first of all takes time, and second of all, it's not like the sole purpose of Instagram.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, and the content always gets better over time. I mean, like with Gary Vee and that sort of stuff, who I watch, their content when they started, how many years ago, was awful. You know, it was just them sat in a room.
Yeah.
Like, the camera was bad, everything wasn't great, but they did it.
Yeah.
And they started from somewhere. You've got to start from somewhere.
Yeah.
It's not going to be what you're seeing, like, all these influencers do and all these, you know, rich people do, but it's just a start.
Because if you scroll down to the bottom of their page, they started out when it was probably shit quality and all this stuff. People are scared of they compare themselves to what other people do and how many followers and likes and stuff everyone else has. But everyone starts from somewhere. Everyone started from zero and had to work up to get that.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen like instantly or overnight.
No, I read something where it was like, it was saying about like a business owner or say an entrepreneur, they will never judge you for starting, but someone who's too scared to start will judge you for starting. You know, because the business owners know what they've had to do to get there, and they know they've done exactly the same thing. Whereas the people that are too scared, because they're just too scared, they're just going to comment on it instead. You know, so as you say, the people who comment are not the important people.
No.
You know, they're not. They have no value to bring. You're not going to get all these likes and all these followers and all that sort of stuff. It takes time. These people have had to work very hard, like creating content. Yeah. It's very hard.
Yeah, it seems very easy.
Yeah, I thought it was very easy, and now I've started. It's hard work, you know, but it's just talking a lot of the time, but it's difficult. And I think a lot of people don't realise that, you know, and it is a lot hard, and it is a lot more hard work than what people think. So there's a lot of people that try it because they think it'll be the easy route, and then they realise it's not, and then they drop off.
Yeah, a lot of like big boy like social media people, like influencers, all that, they get a lot of hate because yes, they live lavish lifestyles and they get to go on holidays and all these things, but what they had to do to get there is very hard. Like ideas, it's hard.
Yeah,
we sit here for a long time trying to think of ideas.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to do.
Yeah, and
it's not as just easy as putting a camera. For some people it could be. For some people this could be like a very, like, thinking of new ideas and topics and stuff could be a very easy thing for them to do. But then the technical side might be very hard. There's a lot of different aspects that come into it. So it's not one person is going to be amazing at all elements of it. It takes multiple people or a lot of time for one person to get their head around each thing. Or you could have someone who's really good at the behind the scenes but can't talk on camera. Yeah,
which is the same with everything that you do in life anyway. That's the thing. Everyone just sees like the 20-second clip or 30-second clip of this person looking great and getting their words out exactly how they want them to, but they don't see what their camera roll looks like. Like with ours, when we try and make a clip, literally we've just got so many clips that are shit. Like but it's very easy for us to like merge it together and make it look like we had a seamless conversation, like this what you're watching now. Like it will seem like a seamless conversation. Yeah. It's not.
No.
You know, there's a lot you know, because it's like it is awkward knowing there's a camera there.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the thing. But I think with a lot of people, they've just got to, well, like what we did. We spoke about it and we were like both feeling a bit uneasy about it. And we said, let's just do it.
Yeah.
What's the worst that can happen? And actually, we've had a hell of a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah.
And it's brought in a lot of good things as well. You know, it's only brought back good things. It's not brought any negatives. You know, so you know, I think that's the thing. It's just you just got to sometimes just get on with it. You can always talk yourself out of something
very easily.
Yeah, I think it's easier to just. It's much easier to do that than just walk in and go, I'm going to do that today.
It's easier to make what's it called? Excuses for yourself than actually doing it, because it's scary. It is very scary to start something, especially online, because you open yourself up to anyone and everyone. That's what a lot of people do.
Yeah, but I also think, and one thing that we've, because of everything that we're doing at the moment with like brand creations and trying to build an online presence, is actually a lot of people started without a goal.
Yeah.
Like, and that's also, when you've not got a goal or a target to aim for, it's so hard. You know, like we know what we're aiming for, we know what we're working towards, and that's why it all ties in together and that sort of thing. But if we were to just say, right, we're just going to sit and do a podcast, completely take brand creations out of the picture, we would just be sat here staring at each other.
Yeah.
Like, there's no, you know, there's got to be a reason why. You can't just pick your phone up and just go, oh, here we go. Like, it's not going to work that way.
But then sometimes as well, when people do have an end goal, sometimes they just think of that end goal. And it can be very, like, overwhelming and intimidating, because it's like, oh, I want to do this, this. And people just think of that, so then they don't start, because it's like, well, where do I start? So you need to have that end goal, but you also need to think of how to get there, not how to, like, you can't just get straight there.
No.
You need to do the steps to get there, and people just try and, they don't think about the steps, which then can be intimidating, which will then put people off from doing it.
Yeah, but I think when you're starting off, just set yourself achievable, reachable goals that are like a lot smaller and will come a lot more regular.
Yeah.
Like, something as stupid as getting your first like on a post.
Yeah.
That seems easy, but it's not. Yeah. When it's like, if you say it's got to be a random profile, can't just be your mum.
Yeah.
You know, so then, like, that sort of thing, you know, like, don't set yourself, I want to have 1 million followers next week. Then you're never going to do it.
No.
You know, but, like, as long as you're sensible with it, then yeah. Get 3 likes. It might seem stupid to everyone else that's not creating the content, but actually anyone who does have to do this realises that is hard.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, when we got our first likes and followers of people that we didn't know, we're like, oh my god, like, it's
and
mad.
The comments and stuff.
Yeah. You know, it's crazy, and that's the thing. But if we had gone in going, oh, next week we're going to have 1 million followers, then we'd be sat here now like we haven't got 1 million followers.
And then we would be like, what's the point in doing this? We'd stop.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people do.
Yeah. Which is the whole point of like why we said from the beginning this is going to be like a long journey where you know, we're going to show everything, we're going to talk about all the little dips, all the wins, you know, and that sort of thing, where it's a lot of people won't. They'll just go, I've got 10 million followers.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. How?
Yeah.
You know, what did you do? Like, because it is, in a certain thing, it is a business.
Yeah.
Like, social media is a business. You know, it's not it's not classed as like an official thing, and you don't get paid until you're way down the line. But it is. You've got to plan it out as if you're planning.
You have to do strategies.
Yeah.
And people feel like, I think a lot of people think that it's all about luck. Like, you just blow up overnight, and that can happen, but for not a lot of people, it happens very small. But then also, people are like, oh, that person did a video and it blew up, but they also didn't see the hundreds of videos that they did before that didn't blow up and didn't all of this. Yeah,
well, it's so-called celebrities, you know, like all the comedians and that sort of thing. Like, you've got Kevin Hart and all that, who literally, growing up, they went to Kevin Hart was driving like miles every night, doing shows all the way through the night, and then literally driving back the next day in the morning. No one talks about that.
No.
You know, no one talks about the work that he's put in. All they see now is this multi-millionaire. He's in every funny film and does massive sellout shows in like all these arenas and breaks records and stuff like that. Whereas like nobody talks about the fact that he was just some little guy just walking around like to little comedian clubs. Comedy clubs in like random places, you know, and doing it to like 5 people.
Yeah. And it's also the thing that you were saying earlier on, like when you get the like from like your first like from someone who's not related, or your first comment on something from someone who's not related to us or knows us, it's the fact that I'm like, oh, someone else cares about what we're talking about. Someone else is interested in what we're talking about, which then motivates you to carry on. If one person likes it, then every video you do, it's like, well, I'll do it again because maybe someone else will then see it. And it's that growth of people become interested, so you get more motivation to do it. But if you have the mindset of, oh, I want 1,000 likes on my first post, and you don't get that, well, and you get 5, at least you got 5. At least 5 people are interested. And I always see this thing of on Instagram, people, because obviously people talk down on people who might use Instagram as if they were influencers, but they might only have 50 followers or 100 followers. But then if 50 people came up to you and were interested in what you do, that's a lot of people. There's a difference between like online 50 isn't a lot, but if 50 people were in this room right now, that's a lot of people. Even if like 10 people watch this, it's like, oh, only 10 people watch this. If there was 10 people sat around the camera right now, I'd be like, I don't know what to do.
It'd be like a stage. No, that's the thing. I think it's all perspective, isn't it? And that's the thing, people just get very closed off when they're behind their phones. Everything looks a hell of a lot smaller, but seems more important, which is mad. Like, and that's the thing, it should be the other way around. It's smaller because it's less important. It should be less important than who you've got around you in real life and that sort of thing, like supporting you. But everyone just focuses on Instagram, TikTok and all that sort of stuff, like, which I get because that's what a lot of people spend their life on. But that's what damages a lot of these people as well, you know. And like, a lot of people will go on to shows because they want to become a famous person, and then all of a sudden they're actually the one that nobody's liked, and they don't know how to cope with it. You know, and they're like, oh, that didn't work. Like, but they're still being talked about, and chances are still being paid, but nobody liked them.
No.
And they don't know how to cope with that because they can see everyone else around them is like, oh, we did the same thing and everyone loves you, you know. But it's like it's not. There's always going to be negativity around everything. That's the thing, and I think you've just got to suck it up and go, it is what it is. You know, because at the end of the day, they're still watching your content.
It's still a view. It still is benefiting you.
Exactly.
Comments gain traction, which then bring other people. So even if it's only negative comments, or one sad little person wants to comment bad things on every one of your posts, they're actually helping you. They're actually doing you good.
That's the thing. So you got to focus on that. Focus on the positive side, and then all of a sudden that comment means nothing. So, oh, that's perfect. I mean, like, actually comment whatever you want on there, because all it does is just boost us up the algorithm to show Instagram that we're a more talked about thing. You've sat and watched our content, so they're going to play us more. Keep it going. You know.
I feel like for a lot of people as well, if they got like 10 good comments and 1 bad comment, that 1 bad comment would affect them more than the 10 good ones. Like, people focus on the negativity because it's like, oh, like, because you're not liked, people don't like to be not liked, so it's like people focus on that negative comment. Focus on the 10 other people that are praising you and doing good, and the people around you who are supporting you, rather than someone who's sat on his phone or their phone doing this to 20 other people just because
he's had a bad day at work,
that
he doesn't, in a job he doesn't even like. That's the problem. It goes back to they're just unhappy with their life, so they want to make everyone else unhappy. You show that you've had a nice day, someone will shit on it. Because they've not had a nice day.
Or if you show you've had a bad day, people will shit on it to be like, well, like, look at you, you've got a house, you've got this, you've got this, look at what you do have.
Yeah, because that's the thing with these celebrities. Yes, okay, they've got money, but that doesn't mean that they've not got the same problems that everyone else has got. They're still people.
They don't have financial stress, but it doesn't mean they don't have other stress.
No, you don't know what they're going through on a daily basis. You know, they've still got families to worry about and everything like that, and that's just as important whether you've got what you've got in your bank. It doesn't make a difference. You know, stress is stress.
So, if you have any opinions on what we've talked about, or if you want to contribute, either leave a negative comment or a positive one, doesn't really matter to us, then like and do all that stuff. Leave any suggestions for any things we could talk about in the future. Yeah, that's about it.
Bye, have guys. A lovely day.
And have a lovely day.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.